This is for our two friends from Hamburg. I will give you a gift to read.
No, really?
So that when you're on the plane, you will be too fucked up to go to sleep because you have horrible things going on in your mind.
Beautiful.
This is
beautiful. This is the greatest present ever. Thank you very much.
See?
All right, it's for good night's sleep.
Hugh,
What?
is that a ukulele?
It's actually not a ukulele. It's a small guitar
All right.
called Quality Crafted Guitar.
Okay.
Made in China, but it's actually, I only got it for about 19 bucks at the very most at Value Village, which is a very valuable village. In the middle of a very large, nasty town called Toronto.
Is it nasty?
Well, it's partly nasty and it's partly nice, and it's just more like currents, you know. You have to sort of, like fish, you got to sort of like, if you're a shark, swim with the sharks. If the other guys, swim with them.
With a professional product.
I got a pick somewhere.
With the family.
There's a pick.
And you want to roll? All right, have a good one.
This is what we record here.
It was a day early in April.
Can I find you on?
Yes.
And our brothers from Hamburg.
Yes, on YouTube. Go to Strangers We Know podcast.
Stop for
Spotify.
We're going to be on Spotify. That's why we got to get on all those platforms. Technology's a bitch.
Nah.
And they said,
But we're
leaving
taming
you,
that
bro.
bitch. Taming that bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We got to smoke again. We got to smoke again. Uh-huh. Is it that a little out of tune?
Just the way we like it.
Oh, look at this. All the way from Hamburg.
The joint?
A Hamburgian.
Is this weed from Germany?
Made.
Yes, of course.
Seriously,
Just from the Reeperbahn.
I'm a little disappointed, you know.
I'm sorry.
Why?
I was telling these guys, you know, I'm not bad in rolling joints, but he's the professional. But now I'm looking at this joint, and us Germans, we are professionals, yeah.
As Germans, you're
Just
cursed.
impossible.
You were cursed with
Or gifted.
with the specter of perfection.
Maybe
You will never be perfect.
we would call it
And that's why-
gifted.
You know what I love about these guys? Okay, so he has the desire to change the world and teach people how to connect more with the environment.
Wow.
Not pollute, not, you know.
Holy shit. We need you to stay here in the city.
Well, I need you to come with me to the airport now.
Podcast on our way to the airport. Two Germans are going home. I'm just going to ask a very transparent question. Does Hitler give Germans a bad rap?
A bad what?
Rap.
Bad rap.
Do you feel like there's a legacy? Do you ever feel any judgment from people as
every
Germans?
fucking time.
Really?
Yes, in every
Okay.
country. Is Hitler still alive? It's like the question again.
No, but then you come to countries like very, I don't know, like third world countries, and the people don't really know about the history of the Third Reich. And they say, oh, well, Hitler was this great man, and he's still alive.
Really?
You know? He's still like ruling the shit, and you're like, what the fuck? Or they
And you can't tell them.
they're just lifting their right arm and saying, "Hey, Hitler!" And you think like, "Jesus, guys."
Seriously?
Yes, that happened to me in Chile. You know, I was living in quite a poor area district, and the people weren't really well educated, and
They thought Hitler was still alive?
yeah, and they
Oh, you mean alive
alive,
in Argentina?
Argentina?
Or alive
I've
in
heard of it.
Peru?
Oh, it depends on the people you're talking to. Like the
It's true
Colombians
that he
thing.
never died. He
He
went
came
to
to
Argentina.
Cartagena. The Argentinians think
only-
that they came to their country, and it's like they want them all, you know.
Yeah.
Would he still be alive then? How old
He would be in his
Joe.
hundreds now.
Have you noticed something
And quite possibly.
since you've been on Earth?
The world has been a better place, I guess.
It's two places at one time, and part of it's pretty fucked up. Have you noticed that? that people have funny ideas about funny people.
Yeah,
it
you
just
should
drives you to pot. I mean to drink, to beer.
To beer.
I have a feeling
To
this is
beer or not to beer.
To beer or not to beer.
Wow, it's like the perfect last words for the interview.
The last words of what?
To beer or
to
not
beer or
to beer?
not to beer?
That is the German question of the Reinheitsgebot.
Oh, shit! Fucking. What did you do?
Broken? It's broken. Don't tell anyone.
Do it again.
I think it's
So I do it again?
Don't tell anyone that Hugh did it.
No.
Hugh
Give me a
did
quarter
it. He's
and I'll do
already
it again.
been reprimanded
No,
once
it's
today.
fixable.
We meet. We greet.
Thank you.
Sayonara.
You guys.
Motherfucker, we'll see you in another life.
Oh, why in another?
Or this life.
This
Okay,
is-
okay.
No, we come back together.
I think
Okay.
this is still going on for quite a while.
10 hours is not enough.
Let's meet in the same life. Why not?
Well,
Sounds good.
You know, we may meet again.
Have a good flight.
Thank you very much.
Have a good life from here on in. And even if it isn't good, stay alive. You never know what's around the
Do
corner.
come back. Just come back and that's it.
I agree, actually. Oh my
Why don't you all come to Hamburg? You know?
Maybe.
Make it
Not if we
You know
can't
what?
come at the
That's not a
same
bad
time.
idea.
I want to travel.
I used to live in
Germany.
England.
Don't forget our book, Joe.
Oh yeah, this is our song.
That's for both of you. Unless you're going to fight, one of you get it.
We
He
read each other the stories. You know?
Okay, John Lennon. Okay, so I was at Varsity Stadium in Toronto in 1969 for the Toronto Rock and Roll Festival. Now, I only found very recently on the by the grace of the internet gods that I didn't even think about, that I had been there in 1969. Within a few months, I'd actually taken off and gone to Spain to find a maestro so I could concentrate on becoming the musician I knew I am, because I was not satisfied with what was coming out of my hands. I didn't even know that I didn't even know that I had even then a partial hearing impairment. And what happened is other people could hear what I played and they could appreciate it more than me. But there's something besides the hearing, is when you take the guitar and you put it against you and you just one string, you can feel it. It's like a bass in electric bass in a dance hall. It's like a go boom.
Oh, you can feel it like vibrate.
You feel it in your body, in your bones. It's not just the sound. It's the rhythm and the power. So there, John Lennon and what's his face, Eric Clapton and Yoko Ono are standing up there, right? They're just one of the acts, right? We didn't even know they're fucking coming, and they're there, you know. Like, this is what's happening in '69. John Lennon had been in Montreal and done a Love In, you know, where those pictures of him and Yoko, you've seen them, right? I wasn't there, but that was happening contemporary with me. Blue Nukem hybrid. You see, the thing is, it's a commodity now. You know, it's like mainstream already, without even being. It's mainstream. It's like
Yeah, the movement
stone.
has
The
made it okay for
the
somebody
stoners,
to
as we know them, will not exactly die out, but will become superfluous.
Superfluous?
Superfluous.
Superfluous. What does that mean? I feel the essence of it, but I don't know what it means.
You feel the essence of it, but you don't know what it means.
That's a
Sister, I have something to tell you about what you just said. You had said something that could reveal a nugget of wisdom. This is not a diversion. My name is Hugh, right? What did you say?
I said the word.
Superfluous. Oh, you asked about the word superfluous because I used the word superfluous.
But that you have.
I use the word
I feel the essence of it, but that's for a lot of words. I don't
Yes,
know how
but
they
wait
mean.
a second. When you get the gist of the message, you do not need the message because you got the message.
I love that.
The words are written, but if you can't fucking read, what good does it do you?
Yeah.
But when you hear something in your same language
And you know.
and it has the option of, I could do something with this. Superfluous, super means like Superman. Fluous means fluid, I guess, or full of, I don't know, full of shit or super shit. I have no idea. Actually, I do, but I'm not going to tell you because you already got the essence.
Wow, that's really cool.
So I've done two things. Do you know the squid? When the squid is threatened or feels that it's threatened, I'm gonna bring a pause for a station announcement on the so-called putative Radio HUGH. This is under negotiations. So when you play this back, you must remember I demand royalties of pot, friendship, and so on.
Aww, you got it, Hugh.
And I will reciprocate
I know.
with the same.
With your wisdom.
With my wisdom. But it is my wisdom, but I don't own it. I know it, but I cannot transfer wisdom because I can give you the scenario which you already are in. It's not in here, it's in there. This is an artifact. This is for like idiots out there that are waiting for the humans to fucking get it together so they can relax, you know, have a nice place, but it's not fucking going to happen.
Well, that's a part of
because
what this is.
our piece is a piece that nobody else knows anything about. It is not logical. It is supremely logical because it is inevitable. War is not total. Never can be. Peace education program, I was part of that, but it was not called that. Back to John Lennon. Peace in our time. All we are saying is give peace a test. Eric Clapton.
Could you play that? Do you know all you're saying? Give peace a chance?
I can play it. I will look for it. It's a pick is important.
Okay.
It was purple, but there's a white one and there's a multicolored one in here. That's it.
That's a nice one. Can I
Okay.
take some pictures?
What?
Can I take some pictures of you?
A picture?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Do I look good?
You look great.
Okay.
Yeah.
All we are saying is give peace a chance. Okay? That's enough. All we are saying is give peace a chance.
I love it.
And then John goes on, and you know what Yoko Ono does? Like she's on, like I remember this. I was watching this just on the YouTube, right? Mm-hmm. It's called Toronto Rock and Roll Festival 1969. Mm-hmm. So you can, the whole thing is there, the whole, all of the recordings.
And you know what, Hugh?
What? Who?
Now you're in there.
What?
You're in there. You're on YouTube already.
I'm what?
You are on YouTube already.
Oh, I'm on YouTube already. Okay.
Yeah. Acid,
Acid,
Insights,
Insight,
and Tinnitus.
and tinnitus,
And then Hues of Hugh. You
tinnitus,
Tinnitus.
acid,
Acid, Insights, and Tinnitus.
acid, insight, and tinnitus. You heard what she said. Did you hear what she said? Did I actually hear what?
You saw it. I showed it to you.
I know you did, but it's just it's striking me. You know why it's striking me more strongly than you would think? Because I had not lost. My hearing was damaged. It got worse and worse. It's starting to get better. But it wasn't only my hearing. It was also different things. You know, different. Traumatic things, you know, like the locked in the body, locked in the muscles. So how to get beyond it? How to get healed? Self-healing, self-knowledge, the breath, other modalities, you know, but all, you know, sometimes going to your doctor and just, you know, taking something, but sometimes doing only what you can do. So I had to do what I had to do, and I still am doing what I have to do. But the have to do is no longer being impelled by trying to get away from suffering because I'm not suffering hardly anything anymore. And my hearing and also my concentration, everything is coming back. And now I am hearing music that exists, but I couldn't hear it before. Now I'm starting to hear like partials and things, which when I started, that's what I was hearing, like a child. And so back to Long John
Lennon.
Anyway, so this woman, Yoko Ono. So if you understand, I'm here, had some pot, and I'm standing there, and there's all this incredible music going on, and so I'm seeing them, and they're up there, and so Yoko Ono gets, for some reason, they have a bed sheet, and she gets under the bed sheet. Gets down and gets under this bed sheet and starts yelling.
On the stage?
And I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And then Jim Morrison gets up and
Jim
he
Morrison
does.
was
Amazing.
Jim Morrison was there.
holy shit.
Yeah, holy shit is right. But I wasn't saying holy shit. It's like we had all these fuckers are all over the place.
Yeah.
Like it's like. I don't know why people are waiting for God to walk on this planet. There's all sorts of great gods that are walking and they die and they live and we come and we go.
That's like a blues song right there.
So, though they played the thing, and Morrison also collapsed or appeared to collapse as part of his show, right? And he's on the ground with the microphone, doing all this shit. It's like, what the fuck is going on? I'm not used to such abandonment. Even though I'm used to it, I'm not. But I mean, no. But what I mean is, it was a really good musical festival. Very good. I saw Janis Joplin.
Holy shit. All at the same time?
No.
Okay.
She was in another place, but back to Toronto Rock and Roll. So we had the Barkeys, who you don't know who they are, but they were the Muscle Shoals band, Stax Records. The name that you will remember is. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. I'm thinking the song. What you got, baby, I got it. What you want, baby, I got it. Give me a little respect when I come home. Hey, 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 hey! Otis Redding. Otis Redding is a god in my Parthenon. I do not put him in a place. He is his own self, and I never saw him when he was alive. Never saw him. I never saw B.B. King. Saw Miles Davis, Thelonious Monk, The Lighthouse, Eric Clapton, John Lennon, but who I didn't see was the Beatles. I was living in Alexander Street, and they actually came right to make me cards. I would not go and see them.
Why?
I didn't go to see Elvis Presley because I was jealous, and I didn't want to be part of the hoi polloi who didn't really know what real music was about. We're just. That's the way we are as children and growing up children. We're sort of like, we're a little bit harsh. I was a little bit harsh. But others were harsher, so that makes me sweeter than they are.
So wait, back to Yoko Ono.
What did you say?
Back to Yoko Ono.
Yoko Ono. So, well, that was it. I mean,
Was that on the stage when she got
on
under
the stage, yeah.
She got under the bedsheet and what?
They were on the stage, so so Lennon is there, what's his face is there, Clapton, and of course there's a band around about. Chuck Berry was there, for God's sake.
Holy shit.
Chuck Berry was cranky with the guy because he was on. They were doing backup because the backup comes from just the Joes from Toronto, right? Same with Janis Joplin. It's just some guys, like some. It could have been Downtown Blues Band. I have no idea.
Wait a minute.
I don't know who it would have been.
In bed on the stage?
Yeah, that's what I
Is that
want to
what
know. So what happened with the bed sheet? Was it on the stage?
Yeah, I mean, it was on the stage, and and the bed sheet was there. They threw the bed sheet. She threw the bed sheet over her. She squatted down on the ground. Now, she wasn't standing. She threw the bed sheet over her, And go, it's like, what the fuck?
Maybe it was like an
While
art
they
piece.
were playing the music. So
Okay.
that,
It was like an art piece, like she's an artist, an
I
installation
know she's an
artist,
artist.
right?
I just didn't fucking appreciate her fucking art. It's shut the fuck up while this music is going on. And then they did money. Bum, 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 bum. They say the best things in life are free. Well, you can give them to the birds and the bees. I want money. So there are many things that have happened.
Hugh.
You are.
What?
You are on fire.
I know. They keep trying to put me out in there. That's why I have to come out here. You see, part of the reason that I'm loud is because I can't hear well.
Yeah.
But the other part is because I'm on fucking fire. Like I got tossed out of a wine bar after spending $40 to have 3 Mickey Mouse fucking pieces of drinks of wine.
Why did you get put? kicked
Because
out?
other people are nimby.
Nimbuses?
NIMBY.
Oh my God, nimbuses.
You've done Shatter, haven't you?
I have,
Okay.
but I'm not in the mood right now. I think.
Well, I am in the mood to drop my purple. Oh shit! Oh, there's another joint down there. Hold on, I'm coming.
Be careful how you say that.
Why? Was that an invitation or admonishment?
The best things in life are free.
But you can give them to the birds and the bees. That's all I want. That's a good beat because it's faster.
Would you sing karaoke? No? Yes?
You should know me well enough by now that you never have to ask a question like that. Ever.
Do you find it hard to keep organized?
When my health was terrible, it was terrible. I already have the distinct honor of having a dyslexic condition, which is not noted.
How does this possible dyslexia, how does it affect you?
How does what affect me?
The idea that you might be dyslexic. How does
The
that?
idea that I might be dyslexic? It's a great idea. You know what it means? I have a mix of abilities and so-called disabilities, which are called disabilities by bullshit artists that are just going crazy with labels. I mean, even all this stuff about sexual identity and the words that we're using, it's bullshit. Because a person is a person is a person is a person. Maraji taught me something. He's just one person, but he is an example, an epitome, just like Eric Clapton, B.B. King, Benny King. When the night falls over the land.
I love it.
Do you hear what I'm saying to you, sister?
I'm not understanding. You know, it's interesting. I lost the essence of what you were talking about.
And then what happened?
I just spaced out.
You just spaced out. What space did you go to, little sister? I have always been addicted to music, and not... Addiction is the wrong word. Do you know why? Addiction has a negative connotation.
It totally does.
So fuck that. I'm not an addict. Growing up, the only thing I liked was chocolate milk. And
Yeah.
various types of candy bars, and masturbation, and TV,
That's a great pastime.
music, reading,
Yeah.
crying. What's the other one?
Laughing.
Welsh March? I can't even remember.
What was that?
It's a German word. Well, I think it means world weariness.
What?
A
World-
German word?
Yeah, I think it's Welsh March. I don't know.
We just had the Germans here before.
I know, but they're gone.
Okay, I know.
When you go into a movie theater, well, you got like $100,000 odd dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars put together just so you could see something that another person put together. Right?
Right.
And that's as far as I can think. I just stopped thinking.
I got the essence of what you were talking about.
We are not always in shape to have understanding all the time, but it is possible. And so the effort that is made towards that clarity in your perceptions and your conceptions is well spent. Worth more than Doobies and Rhinestones.
Doobies and Rhinestones. That's good. I love that. Poetry. Can we call this episode Doobies and Rhinestones?
When I met him, what he was saying, the way he talked.
When you met who?
Primarad. We call him Guru Maharaj. We just said Maharaji, but it's Maharaji. But it means this and that. But basically, it means the teacher. But somebody who's mastered what he or she is imparting the knowledge of. So that was what a guru. A guru is a teacher. But if you understand something, it's like a human being is not naturally a teacher or a learner. Human is a human being, and then it takes these roles. A teacher cannot be a teacher if there's no fucking buddy around who wants to know fucking anything. So what Maharaji was saying is your head is a locked box full of peace and light. I have the key. And he calls the key knowledge, because it's not a key like this. And he can't give you knowledge. He can just speak from his experience, which he does superlatively, about life on this earth as a human being and what it actually is. And practical steps to continue this life that you have been given, breath by breath. And he taught me how to follow my breath. It's very simple. I'm not going to tell you. It's not because you can't find out, but it's a technique. It's what is impelling you to know. He wasn't a guy. He was a young man from India, often dressed in Indian clothes. Spoke English, but had a high, unbroken voice and like a bit of an accent. Big deal.
How old was he?
He was 13. He's 60 now. He's 60.
60.
60
Yeah,
now.
not 16. He's not 16. He has his driver's license.
He was driving without a driver's license,
No.
but he didn't tell anybody until later. He was driving a fucking plane.
Without a license? Okay. I'm like, that's pretty.
But you
dope.
can't get him for it because. But anyway, so where was I? So I was in London when I met him, and he walked up on the sidewalk, and I looked over, and the feeling that I have is, I know you. And he knew exactly, not who I was, but why I was even looking at him. And it wasn't because I'm God and, this was our thing, God and stuff like this and guru and blah, blah. Anyway, basically, I was in a state of inexpressible stuff, not hallucinogenic, on this earth, same person, same thoughts, same depressions, but something, the game had changed. I became not a pawn, not a king. Could be either. If you know, little sister, how to play this motherfucking game, you will have a life which may not always be good, but will be
what is good?
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
In other words, you just live your life and you start, and this is what I'm doing. Self-knowledge. Back in that time we called it, anyway, we call it knowledge instead of belief, blind belief. So anyway, so the practical experience was I practiced meditation for like hours and hours and hours and days. You can actually at least do one of the techniques and keep yourself in a good state 24 hours a day. I haven't done this yet. But I've got this, the psychic stuff doesn't interest me because I know what's real. Helpful Hugh? Hints from Helpful Hugh. How to avoid meeting me in your life. You have to pay a lot of money to get this, but if I don't see you, watch out.